My ex-girlfriend and I were together for just over a year. I ended the relationship last week after she once again failed to stand up for herself, crossing a serious line. The first red flag appeared 5 months ago. After a night out with friends, she tearfully confessed to me that she had kissed another guy. Her excuse? Her friends pressured her to loosen up and live a little, and she didn't want to appear uptight. I was furious but forgave her because she was honest and apologized immediately. However, I told her this wasn't acceptable and we agreed she wouldn't go out drinking with those friends again, as they clearly didn't respect her or my boundaries. Fast forward to last week. She told me she was taking a mental health day to hang out with friends. What she didn't mention was that she was going to a cabin in a small town with the same friends. I found out when she texted me afterward, casually saying she'd be back later that evening. This was frustrating enough. I don't think it's unreasonable to want a heads up about a trip, especially with friends I've expressed concerns about. When she came over the next day, I pressed her about what happened. She initially said it was just a relaxing day with the girls, but something about her tone felt off. After 3 days of her denying anything unusual, she finally broke down and admitted the truth. One of her friends had been pressuring her for weeks to join a threesome with her and her husband. My ex claimed she'd been saying no repeatedly, but eventually gave in to the pressure and went to the cabin with them. She swore that nothing happened and they didn't go all the way. But at that point, it didn't matter to me. I told her the relationship was over. I explained that while I understood feeling pressured, going to the cabin was her choice. Staying friends with people who constantly push her to violate her own boundaries and mine was her choice. I also told her she needed to seriously think about why she surrounds herself with people who bring out the worst in her. She cried and accused me of blaming her for something she didn't have control over. I told her she absolutely had control unless they dragged her to the cabin at gunpoint. Her decisions were her own. Now her brother is texting me, saying I'm being too harsh and that I should help her work through her issues instead of walking away. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's my responsibility to stay in a relationship where my trust and boundaries are repeatedly disregarded. So, AI for ending things?